Everyone, it's Linda with What's Linda Cooking. Today we are going to do a salmon, a kind of garlic lemon salmon, and some quick rice and a salad. Just an easy weekday meal that anybody can do. So we're going to start off by just adding some heat, and hopefully this is an old stove and it does that, okay? We're going to add some heat here to my stainless nonstick. Love this pan. Use it all the time. And we're going to add some bacon fat because, you know, bacon fat just tastes better. And I have it. So we're going to just put that on there. If I can get this on. There we go. There we go. Takes a little bit. And then we're going to add some rice. Sometimes I will rinse my rice. Today, I'm not going to. And this is going to be for about 3 people. We're not going to have any leftovers, so I'm going to do about 2/3 of a cup of rice. And you know what? 3/4. It's just a little bit more. 3/4 of a cup. And then I'm going to add to it, wrong one. I'm going to add to it a little bit, water, about a 1.5 cups of water. So we're going to get this all nice and melted. Here we go. Almost done. There we go. And I'm going to put that in. And I'm just going to let that toast. That will be good. And I'm going to have some of my water ready while that is toasting. Okay? So while that is toasting, we're going to turn over here and kind of make my salad. So I have my bowl for my salad. I'm just going to toast this, and hopefully I won't forget about it. I would say remind me, but you kind of can't remind me. So if you see it burning, you're just going to be screaming over there on computer or phone land and say, hey Linda, watch out for the burning, but I'm not going to hear it. So we've got, remember I always say this, $1.55 at this point when I bought it. It's one of the best deals because you can use it as a salad like I'm going to do. But you can also use it in soups, stews, sauteed, and then if it gets a little bit over, you can, just put it into the freezer. Use it in smoothies and things like that. So let's move this over to the side. I'm going to add a couple of things here. This is just going to be a simple salad. I've got a little bit of onion, and I always love onion in my salad, so we're just going to add, and I don't have red, but we're just going to add the white, just to add a little bit of the crunch factor. So I'll add that right here. There we go. And then, I've got a little tomato here that is going to be going if I don't use it. So let's cut up this tomato and put it in there. And yep, some of you are probably screaming, Linda, watch out about the rice. So we've got that. It's toasting really nicely. I'm going to let a couple more minutes remind me, okay? And so we're going to, and my husband's probably laughing upstairs saying, you're talking to people online. They're never going to remind you. Stop being crazy, woman. So we're going to add the rest of this tomato in here, and it's just going to add brightness and stuff. But what do you think? Do you think we should add a little bit of craisins maybe? I do like craisins, and some reason, sometimes I just like to add a little something, something. So look, I think that's good right now, right? And so we're going to add this. And I'm going to add another 1/2 cup of water. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of this. And I'm just going to scoop it out like that. It just adds nice flavor. And I always get this. This is cheap. It's maybe $4.99 or something like that. And it's 302 servings. So it's pretty good and economical. So we're just going to put that going to shut that down and put it on the back burner because I'm going to use this front burner. We're going to see if this lights. Yeah, it did. That's good. So once it comes to a boil, I'm going to cover it and put it down to a simmer. So let's get back to this. This can go into your soup. So that's the nice thing. I'm going to go see if I have some craisins. Why don't I do some cherries? Dried cherries. Why not? Right? So I'm going to add some of these. One for Linda. Oh yeah, that's nice. And you know what else? This is boiling. Talking with my mouth full. So I'm going to bring this down. Oh, jeez. Shut it down. This is what happens when you have a 30-some, maybe 35-year-old stovetop, but you don't want to get rid of it because it works so well. Okay? Other than that, I'm going to add a little bit of crunch. I'm going to add some almonds to this. And I'll make a vinaigrette in a minute with it. So just going to add, I'm going to kind of not chop them, but cut them a little bit. And hopefully I'll be able to do this just a little bit. My husband will be able to take them out if he doesn't want them, because he doesn't like the crunch usually. And I should be using, you know, this knife. I love that knife for basic, but not for that kind of chopping. So get this one. One went on the floor. If I had a dog, I'd say the dog could get it. Okay, so that's gonna go in. And that's my salad. I'll make a dressing in a minute. This one's mine. I'll make a dressing in a minute. That's salad. Done. Other than dressing. Okay, so now we're gonna do the salmon. Because it's not gonna take that long. So we're gonna try to get this one to light. There you go. And I should bypass it, but I don't. And I'm gonna do the bacon again, just because I have it. I'm gonna add some butter though to it too, because mostly this is gonna be, have butter, okay? You know what I could have added to this? I could have added a little bit of avocado, because I have half avocado, but I've already done that, so we're not going to add the avocado. So we're just going to get this going. And then I'm going to take my salmon. And I got this for 50% off. So I got this for about $5, a little less than $5. So not a bad price. Let's see if I can get this. And, you know, and I threw it in the freezer because that's what I do when they're on, if I'm not going to cook it right away and it was on special like that, manager's special, I'm going to just throw it right into the freezer. Just because I don't want to, you know, I just don't want it to go bad. So we've got this. I'm going to smell it. It smells good. Let's put it this way. Now, I can keep the skin on or I can take it off. Now, some of my I don't love the skin, but you know what? I think I'm going to keep it on because I can take it off after it's cooked. So I'm going to season this. I got to get my hands though. Hold on. I'm just wetting my hands, getting rid of that. I'm going to season it with some pepper and some salt. And we're going to sear this. I'm going to sear this skin side, I mean, not skin side. We're going to do it presentation side down. So there we go. We're going to start at that. We're going to put it on for about 2 minutes as this goes. Okay? And even though I'm not going to have the skin, I'm going to salt and pepper that. There we go. And so now I'm going to get some butter. I have some butter out, but I'm going to, while I'm doing this, I'm going to throw this in here. Throw this in here. While I'm getting butter, I am going to get my garlic ready. I've got some lemon juice. Normally I would use my own lemon juice, but I don't have any lemons, so I always keep this on here. So I'm going to take a break. We're going to let this sear, and then we're going to flip it over. Okay, so we have this going, and I've got my fish spatula, and I'm just going to go underneath here, flip it, let it cook a little bit longer. Then I'm going to add the butter. In the meantime, I'm going to make this quick while my fish is going, because I have to do some basting now. So we're going to add a little bit of pomegranate, just because I have it. And just this is not going to be that much dressing. It doesn't need that much. So we're going to do that. I like Dijon in my dressings. We're going to put a little bit of that. There we go. And I'm looking at that just to make sure it's not drying out. Then we're going to add, I like sweetness, a little bit of maple syrup, and olive oil. And let's do about that much and see what happens. I don't have much olive oil. That needs to go onto my list. So here we go. And this is going to emulsify it. And I'm going to have my dressing. And then I'm going to taste it and see if it's a go. Here we go. I need a garlic press. Let's see where my garlic press is. Who knows where that is? Okay, plan B. No garlic press. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of improvising. Oh, I know what I have. There we go. I'm going to do some butter. Butter has to go in here. I'm going to baste the butter in just a minute. Let's throw that in there. That's going to be good. This. Yep. So I'm going to put my garlic right in here. I'll do that. There we go. I'm going to put the garlic in there. And then what we're going to do, if this isn't too hot, we're going to start basting. And I need a bigger spoon for this. Let's see. Here we go. What I love about this cookware is I can use, I'm going to do this for about a minute or so. And I'm actually going to be turning this off because I actually think it's done. And I don't want the butter and the garlic to burn. And my rice looks like it's done. So we're just doing this. And I'm going to shut this off. Do a little bit more. This is what we do. We baste. To get that nice garlicky goodness in there. It's like a bath of garlicky butter. And is there anything wrong with butter? Never. And I could put some maple in this if I wanted to. But I think it's just going to be good. Just the way it is. And I think that's good. And we're going to put it all together in just a minute. Okay. So it appears to be done. So we're going to plate it on up. And we're going to go first with our nice rice. Look at how nice. I don't know if you can see it, but you'll see it now. Look at how nice that is. Just like a nice, like a rice pilaf or what have you. And I could put some parsley in here if I wanted to, but I don't want to. So we've got that. And then we're going to have a nice piece of fish, and it's going through so, so nice. And it does have the skin on it, and I'm going to take the skin off. If my husband wants the skin, he can have it. But there is that. Look at how nice that is. He's going to want a bigger piece than that. So I'm going to give him a little bit bigger. A little bit messy, but that's okay. He's sneezing upstairs. I'm going to put some of this buttery deliciousness. And then we're going to go in with our salad. Do I have tongs? Let me see, I got a million tongs. Here's some right in front of me. Oh, there we go. And we're gonna put our salad right here. Whoa. Plate. I shouldn't have put it in the middle. With our dressing. I'm gonna go over the top. And that is a nice weekday meal done in about, I think, 20 minutes start to finish. Our salmon, our rice, and our salad. What are you cooking up? I'd love to hear. Well, I am making some cookies because I have this box and we just got done with dinner. So I decided that I wanted a little dessert. These boxes cost me 50 cents when they were on sale, so that's why I got them. I usually make everything from scratch, but 50 cents a box, I really couldn't pass it up. So this with an egg and a stick of butter. This will make about 2 dozen cookies. So this together, I'm thinking it's for 2 dozen cookies, it's probably $2. And I'm being very generous with the price of my eggs, like very expensive because it only takes 1 egg. So I think it's more like it's $1.50, $1.60. So let's get baking these. So I'm going to just, this is an easy recipe. You're just like dumping my kitchen shears here, dumping this in with a stick of butter and 1 egg, and we're just gonna mix it with my deluxe stand mixer. I actually do love this mixer because I can set it and let it go. And like sometimes, especially when it comes to kneading dough, I will in the past have said, oh yeah, that's 10 minutes or 8 minutes or whatever, and no, it was probably 5. So this, it sets the time and it just runs. So I'm going to put this on, if I can reach it. I'm going to just do it on, it says to stir, so I'm just going to mix it, okay? And this is going to go for 2 minutes, but I'm going to watch it to see if it really does need the 2 minutes. So actually this is gone for about a minute, and I think that is fine. And we're gonna open this up and make sure, it would be nice if I had something, here we go. And I'm going to just take this beater off, and I'm gonna show you the consistency. There we go, easy, easy, easy. Michael, my husband, will probably eat this, and don't write in, please, on raw egg and the dangers of raw egg. We do know that, and we still are going to eat it. And then someone was saying the dangers of raw flour. Still going to eat it. So that's what it's. I know it's awful, but that's how it is. I'm going to take my little scoop. We're going to scoop these out. And if I have more, I might just put it in the freezer and have it for another day. Or I'll just make all of them. I don't know. So I'll show you when they come out. I'm going to put it in my deluxe air fryer oven. Love that because it doesn't heat up my kitchen. So we're going to do that. Cook it for about 10 minutes or so. Okay, so I have 9 here. We're just going to throw them in for 10 minutes and see how they are when they're done. And we're going to be enjoying some cookies. Okay, so these are done. Let's take them out and see if I burnt them or not. Sometimes that happens. Now they look pretty good. And so what I like to do is to let them sit for about, I'll put them over here so you can see them, get my water out of the way, about 5 minutes, or less than that, and then I'll put them to cool. I'll do the rest of them and we will be done. Okay, here's my last ones coming out, and we have some semi homemade cookies. A lot of times I don't think that we can eat as many cookies like the dough that we have. I will freeze the dough instead in little blobs, and then cook it up fresh as we go along. And that's what I love the deluxe air fryer and oven, because it'll take a small batch. I can just throw them in, and this is my little one right here. We'll throw that in there, and we can have fresh cookies every night if we want. And so this did not make 2 dozen. It made 1.5 dozen, and that's okay with me. So what kind of cookie is your favorite? I'd love to hear that too. Bye for now.